Show.
They say love is a word that has two different meanings. In tennis, it means your score is 0. In life, as far as I'm concerned, it means the same thing.
Hi, Beulah.
Johnny, you haven't gone to school yet?
No. Is my lunchbox ready?
Donnie, you better see your mom and have your eyes tested.
What for?
Well, if you can't see your lunchbox right over there where it's usually kept, you need glasses.
Thanks, Beulah. Did you put in plenty of cookies?
Mm-hmm. And don't you eat those cookies before you eat your sandwiches.
I won't. I owe Rusty Levinson 2 plain and 2 raisin from yesterday. And I always like to pay my debts promptly.
Come in.
Hello, Bill.
Well, if it isn't my little partner, how you feel this morning?
Just fine. Don't forget, tomorrow's Saturday.
I never forget my loafing days.
You and I are going fishing.
Yes, sir. Trout for Saturday night supper.
I'll come by for you.
Okay.
So long, Beulah.
So long, Donnie. Bill, what brings you here so early?
Well, there's 2 reasons, honey. First, to take a look at your smiling face to start the day off right. And second, I got news for you.
Skip the first, dash madly to the second.
Well, honey, I was in conference last night, that is a business conference, with one of the biggest brains in the United States.
Brain? Who let you use it?
Now, honey, you're not taking what I said seriously. I mean, I was involved with negotiation.
Who with?
Mr. Eustace Chandler, the peanut vending machine man.
What for?
What else? Peanuts.
What do you know about peanuts?
Well, I eat them all winter at the fights and all summer at the ball games, don't I?
That don't make you an expert on peanuts.
Well, that's not the only way I know about them.
It isn't?
Of course not. I studied the subject once. Had an idea how to raise them with the salt already in the pod. That would cut out the middleman.
Bill, Mr. Chandler ain't got time to listen to nothing foolish like that.
Foolishness?
Well, he's one of the biggest successful businessmen in this town.
With 350 peanut vending machines running all the time, except those that break down, that's where I come in.
You gonna break them down?
Oh, certainly not. If I'm lucky, I'll get the contract to keep them in good condition.
Really?
I made a proposition with him that I would keep the machines in A1 condition for a percentage of the dimes that keep clattering down the chute.
Well, it sounds promising to me.
All we got to do is to have a good ball club and keep the customers peanut conscious. We'll get married next fall.
Well, I must say, I have dreamed of a many of ways to get you to the altar, but I never thought it would be for peanuts.
But, baby, we're going to be in the upper brackets, but definitely. If I get the contract, that is.
Bill, don't you think you could get a little bit more polish for something like that?
Polish?
Certainly. You should have culture. And if you would just go with me to the reading club Friday night, you could acquire some.
What goes on at that reading club?
Why, people sit there and we talk about books and paintings and music.
Well, I wouldn't mind learning something, baby. But I've got an idea of people who sit around and talk about books and painting and music are stuffed shirts.
Stuffed shirts? Well, I like that. Bill Jackson, sometimes I feel like I could pick you up and throw you bodily back to the fix-it shop. Stuffed shirt.
Nobody will give you a lower bid than mine, Mr. Chandler.
It isn't a matter of money alone, Mr. Jackson. I have to be assured that whoever gets the contract is completely capable of fulfilling his end of the bargain.
Well, you saw me repair that machine yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, but you're alone here in the shop, aren't you?
Well, yes.
Are you sure, then, that you can give me the prompt service that I demand?
Positive, Mr. Chandler. I'm as fast a man as you can find with a peanut machine.
Well, I don't know. I'll have to take my time in deciding just who gets the contract. There are many angles to be considered.
Well, how many others are in the running?
Oh, not many, 3 or 4.
Anyone I know?
Well, I really shouldn't call names, but do you know Sidney Crouch?
No.
Well, he's very much in the running. Fine boy, Sidney. Very cultured. In fact, I'll probably meet him at the reading club meeting Friday night.
Oh, are you going to that meeting?
Naturally. Wherever culture is involved, I seek it out.
Oh.
I think there'll be a friend of yours there also.
Friend of mine?
Miss Beulah?
Oh, yes, he'll be there.
I'm really looking forward to that meeting. I'm sure we'll have a wonderful time discussing Shakespeare and the great masters of music and art.
Yeah.
Are you interested in culture, Mr. Jackson?
Who, me? Oh, yes, of course.
Funny you never said that before.
I'm wild about it.
Well, you should have told me.
Well, you know, I never discussed that with other people.
Very wise, very wise. Are you coming to the meeting Friday night?
Well, I was planning, but I have a lot of work to do.
Too bad. Too bad. We could get together after the meeting and discuss life and literature. Also the contract of the peanut machines.
Well, maybe I can clean up my work and get there in time.
I hope you can, Mr. Jackson. I'd really be interested in your ideas about the works of Shakespeare and your many fine quotations.
Quotations?
I'm sure you have many.
Oh, yes. Thousands.
Good. Well, try to make it Friday night. And we'll talk business after the meeting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be there, Mr. Chandler.
Good, good. It'll be a pleasure to see you.
Thanks very much,
Good.
Mr. Chandler.
Goodbye.
Thank you. The quality of mercy is not strained. Oh, yeah. I guess they didn't use sieves in those days. Let me see now. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven. Why can't the man just say it drips and let it go at that?
If we're going fishing, Bill, we'd better get started.
Good morrow, partner. The sun doth shine over yonder's mountaintop.
What's the matter, Bill? Are you sick?
No, I guess I'm just a little sleepy, that's all.
Oh, come on, we better get started. You'll pack us a nice lunch.
Man does not live by bread alone.
It isn't only bread. There's chicken and chocolate cake.
Well, the fellow didn't say anything about meat and cake.
What fellow?
I forgot his name. I've done so much reading.
Famous composers, 16th, 20th century.
Oh, that's a terrible book.
Terrible? Why?
Well, he didn't mention anything about Dooley Wilson in the whole book.
The complete works of William Shakespeare.
Oh, he's a famous poet. Of course, his stuff didn't rhyme or nothing, but, you know, they call it blanket verse. He was a little before your time.
We study Shakespeare at school.
Oh, yeah? Well, tell me this. What does he mean when he says, to be or not to be? If you are, you are. You're not, you're not. That's the way I always figured it out.
You mean you've been reading these books?
Almost all night.
What for?
You've got to cram yourself with culture nowadays. The era of the horse and buggy has passed us by. Got to burn the midnight kerosene to keep their head above the waves.
Aren't you going fishing?
No, I guess not, Donnie. I got my homework to do.
Homework? What's going on here?
Well, I got to feel that I know something about something before Friday night. Otherwise, I'll lose a big contract.
What play have you been reading?
Well, I picked out The Merchant from Rome.
It's The Merchant of Venice.
I figured, being a peanut merchant myself, I could understand it better. But all I can figure out is the man wanted a pound of meat.
Maybe I can help you, partner.
I've got to make an impression on Beulah to prove that I'm worthy of the reading club, so I can impress Mr. Chandler.
Let's hear what you've learned.
Well, I picked out the part where the lawyer's talking about the weather being merciful. Let's see now. The quantity of mercy doesn't strain anybody. It falleth like the gentle rain from heaven and bring the violets. No, that's not right. I've got Irving Berlin and some other fellows mixed up in here. Oh, it's no good, Donnie. I've been studying this stuff for over 10 hours, and I haven't gotten any place yet.
You haven't tried hard enough. Keep on plugging.
It's no use, Donnie. I guess I haven't got brain enough for this sort of stuff.
You have, too. You're the smartest man in this whole town. Outside of Dad.
You really think so, partner?
Of course. You can fix anything and do anything in the whole world.
Well, I don't know.
Of course you can, Bill. You can't quit now. I'll stay here and help you.
Well, what about your fishing?
Oh, heck, I can go fishing any Saturday. You and the fix-it shop are a lot more important than a few perch.
So, you really think I can do it, huh?
I'll bet you a dime you know it by noon. Let's try it again, partner.
All right, now, we'll start. The quality of mercy shouldn't strain anybody.
Bill. Try it again.
Okay. The quality of mercy may not be strained.
We'll be back with Beulah and Bill's problem in just a moment.
Do I look all right, Miss Alice?
You'll be the best-dressed woman at the meeting.
And I've already prepared the dinner. It's in the oven. All you have to do is warm it up for Mr. Harry comes.
Now, don't you worry about us. You just go along and have a good time.
I wish Bill was escorting me. But when you're attached to a man like Bill, you just have to take him as you find him.
Yes, I found that out years ago.
And Bill definitely is not a man of culture.
Well, no. You know, Beulah, I think that dress needs a pin or something. Let me get you mine.
Oh, no, Miss Alice. I don't want to wear your good jewelry.
Oh, don't be silly. It's just costume stuff. I'll get it for you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Lontaniamo qual primo viento muta cielo easy pensiero Rio de Janeiro primo cancionero with his sombrero easy pensiero easy pensiero
Stop that yelling, Bill, and come on in here.
Friends, Romans, and countrymen, lend me your ear and come to the burial.
Bill Jackson, what are you talking about?
Shakespeare, honey.
Shakespeare?
Yes, he and I are getting acquainted.
You've been reading Shakespeare?
Sure. I got it mixed up with Brahms, Bach, and Beethoven. You know, that's a musical trio. Like Tinker's Ever and Chance.
Bill, what are you getting at?
And I pick up some pictures here, too.
Pictures?
Yeah, from the store down there that I'm going to pin up in the picture shop. Now, this one here, of course, you know, they're not the original, but they're better than that Callender stuff. Now, this one here is by Gainsborough, the man who specializes in painting women's hats. And this one is Mr. DeGraw. His grandpa used to own the Giants. And this one here is by the Whistler. You know, he's on the radio, paints them pictures of his mama. And here's one. This one here, I can't make out his name. It's El Greco. Sounds more like a restaurant man to me.
Mr. Jackson, just what are you trying to prove?
What? Now, what does it look like I'm trying to prove, honey?
That I positively will not say.
Baby, I want to show you that I'm educated in the arts. Now, listen to this. The quality of mercy is not strained. It falleth as the gentle rain from the heaven upon the fields below.
Wait, Bill, Oh, that's good. I didn't know you could recite Shakespeare.
Neither did I, Miss Alice, till now.
Got him right on my fingertip.
Well, go on. I love that speech of Portia's.
Portia?
The one you were just doing.
Oh, yes, the speech of Portia's. Oh, sure. Well, I better begin again. I got to get around and start, you know. The quality of mercy is not sifted. It falleth.
It droppeth.
It does, huh?
It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven.
Alice, have you seen my pipe? I can't find it
Be
anywhere.
quiet, dear. Bill's reciting.
What for?
Me, Mr. Harry.
Oh, fine. Well, let's hear it, Bill. What is it, for a holiday or something?
The quality of mercy is not,
Strange.
Oh, I get it. Shakespeare.
it droppeth as the gentle rains from the heavens upon,
The earth beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesses him that gives and him that takes.
You going to the reading club too, Mr. Harry?
Reading club.
He means mine, Mr. Harry. That's where I'm going tonight.
Here's the pin, Beulah. Have a good time. Come on, darling. I'll find your pipe.
Oh, good.
Bill, you certainly picked up a lot of culture in a short time.
We've got to travel on the boardwalk of life, baby. And it won't do if one of us is ignorant, especially me.
And you're full of surprises, too. When did you learn so much?
Well, I took a beating, but I wrestled it out. Well, come on, honey. Let's get started for that long-haired tea party.
Now, I'm sorry, Bill, but I can't go with you.
You can't go with me.
That's what I said.
But why?
Because I'm going with someone else.
But, baby, someone else? How could you do anything like that to me?
Bill Jackson, if you will use that memory of yours, you will recall that when I asked you to escort me to the reading club, you weren't interested.
But, baby...
And you made fun of it and called them all a bunch of stuffed shirts.
But, baby...
So I got somebody else to go with me.
But... Who?
Who what?
Who's your escort?
Never you mind who.
But, baby,
I made the date as I knew you would never get along with the club members as you just weren't interested in culture.
Well, baby, did you just hear me reciting Shakespeare?
Yes, I did. And as far as I'm concerned, you're still not interested in culture. Come in. Why, Mr. Chandler.
Good evening, Miss Beulah. For you.
Gardenias. How lovely.
And you look lovely tonight.
Oh, thank you. Gardenias are my favorite flower.
I'm so glad you like them.
Are you sure that you don't know who she's going out to the reading club with tonight?
Of course I'm sure. If I knew, I'd tell you, wouldn't I?
I'm sorry, Donnie. Of course you'd tell me. I guess I'm a little nervous, that's all.
Didn't she like the way you recited Shakespeare?
She liked it all right, but she's going out with that other guy.
Women sure are funny.
You can say that again.
Why don't we go and see who she's going with?
Huh?
See who comes to call for Beulah.
Say, that's a good idea. I've just got to know the worst.
What's the worst?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. Come on, let's go.
I think we better be going or we'll miss the beginning.
By all means.
Mr. Chandler. That did it. That was the end.
You're not jealous, are you, Bill?
Jealous? Of course not.
Well, then what are you so upset about?
Who's upset? I'm going to leave town, that's all.
Just because Beulah went out with Mr. Chandler?
Well, she's better off with him. After all, he owns all those machines. All I'll have to do is to repair them.
But, Bill, Beulah loves you more than she does Mr. Chandler.
How do you know?
Why, she's loved you longer.
Love is not a matter of seniority, Donnie. It comes to you just like that. I could see that light in Beulah's eyes. I wonder how the weather is in Alaska about this time of year.
But, Bill, you just can't leave me. We're partners.
Well, I'll write to you when I get up there.
I'm supposed to go to a movie with Shorty Snag.
Well, you go ahead then.
But, Bill, if you're going to go away...
Well, I'm not going until first thing in the morning.
Good. I mean, try and stay, will you, Bill?
I'll think about it.
Thanks, Bill. I'll see you later.
Going someplace?
Beulah, baby. I thought you was at that reading club meeting.
I was, but I left early.
Well, nothing wrong.
Oh, I never felt better.
Well, that's good. Where's that rat Chandler?
Him? He stayed on at the reading club.
The no-good bum didn't even see you home?
Oh, he would have, but I didn't want him to.
Didn't want him to after he brought you flowers?
Bill, Mr. Chandler's a stuffed shirt.
Stuffed shirt? Not the Mr. Chandler. Not the peanut kid.
Not only the Mr. Chandler, but the whole bunch of them is a bunch of stuffed shirts. I decided I'd come on back here and enjoy myself with you.
But, baby, he's a grand man, a great man. I hope he didn't hurt his feelings.
Mr. Jackson, you stop worrying about Mr. Chandler and pay some attention to Miss Beulah.
Of course, baby. I'm glad you're back. Because I was just about to take off for parts unknown.
You were?
Of course.
Bill, are you jealous?
No, not exactly jealous, but I was getting pretty angry.
But you're not angry with me now.
Not a bit, honey.
Bill, how glad are you that I come back?
Sit down there, honey, and I'll tell you all about it.
Well, here I am, Billy boy.
Honey, I want to read you a little Shakespeare.
Bill Jackson, put that book out of my sight.
Honey. We got to keep on reading Shakespeare and keep on going to those reading clubs.
We have?
Yes, sir. The next time you go, I'm going with you.
Bill, what's got into you?
Well, honey, another thing. Nothing. But we got to be cultured, honey. For a while, at least. Until I get that contract with Mr. Chandler. And then, we're gonna get married.
Then in that case, read on, Bill Jackson, nagged up.
We'll be back with Beulah in just a moment.
It certainly was a swell idea, dropping up here and topping off the evening with a little snack.
Well, after all, you did take me to the movies.
Did you like it as well as you did the reading club?
How could I help it with a picture like The Cat Strikes Back?
Oh, I see what you mean. Honey, you sure haven't lost your touch.
Well, when a man's going to fix peanut machines by the thousands, he needs nourishment.
I hope I do get that contract. This looks good. You know one thing, baby? We should go in business like Mr. Chandler.
You mean get a lot of peanut machines?
I mean, get a lot of machines. But instead of peanuts, put your food in it. Honey, we'll make millions.
And then we could get married.
Well, I don't know about that. But at least we'll be business partners.
Then in that case, no marriage, no business partners.
But, baby...
Think it over.